Aliyah Sunday, the comeback for this team. What turned the corner late in that game and then the overtime?
I think just our mindset going into that second half. We decided that we were just going to chip away. We just continue to tell ourselves each possession by possession, give them one chance, and keep shooting the ball. I mean, going into that second half, I think we made 0 threes at that point, and they were good looks. So I think for us, just knowing that we were taking good shots, and then once you saw one go in, I mean, here we go.
Is there an element of needing to feel a little more aggressive at times with this team than maybe it takes falling behind to find that some nights?
Yeah, I think, we always talk about it, like our starts just have to be great. And I think coming into that game, I mean, we had a good start for the first minute and a half, and then they kind of went on their run, and then for us, we're turning the ball over too much. So I think for us, it's just kind of finding that pace and just holding it.
Yeah, we've heard Steph talk about how the point guards in and out, injuries, all that has impacted you maybe the most of anybody, just with the way the team plays, how to get you involved. Have you felt that, and how have you tried to adjust to keeping yourself up there?
Yeah, I think adjusting is the name of the game. That's kind of been our season. And so for me, it's just about continuing to approach every game the same. Trying to find where I can get my touches, just trying to give us extra possessions. And so for me, I think I just take it game by game and just try to continue to show up and be that consistent piece.
I know you've talked about how Caitlin's changing play style made last year start different for you with so many different point guards. How do you try to get synergy with them as quickly as possible?
Yeah, I mean, you just try to come in and do what you do. I think early communication is always going to be important for us, depending on whatever guard. It doesn't matter. I think just making sure that we're talking about what we want to get, who has the hot hand, continuing to find them, and just continue to do that.
What do you feel like you guys were able to get accomplished this week?
I think just continue working on our defense. I think, thinking about Minnesota, the way they like to space the floor, the way they like to move the ball, just making sure that we're just aggressive and making sure that we're on the same, we're all connected.
How much are you doing standing watches, if at all, right now that 3 weeks left and it's go time?
Oh, I mean, no, we're in there. We're just going. I think we're in full go right now. Just continue to work, watching a lot of film, obviously watching a lot of games, and just trying to be as prepared as I can.
The biggest thing you see when you get ready for Minnesota, you get ready for back-to-back. You got to play them twice.
Yeah.
What's the preparation like when it's different? When I know it's one at a time, but you got two coming up against them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we take it by this game that we have tomorrow. Just looking at that and preparing for that, and then obviously you look at any adjustments that has to be made for the next game.
When Kelsey gets going like that, on a night like that, what are you all feeling in there?
Get Kelsey the ball.
Yeah.
There's no other question. Get Kelsey the ball, set a screen, set a flare, pass it up to her. Like Kelsey's just been so consistent for us. Just been a great piece, and I think looking at how she hooped in Connecticut, especially that second half, I mean, it just goes to show how she's able to get her shot, score the ball at any point.
What's kept you grounded and helped you get through this season that's been tumultuous?
Yeah.
With something at every turn.
My faith, number one, but also I think just continue to show up and be who I am and not letting any kind of circumstance change my emotions, because I think it's important to continue to show up for all those that's going to be here.
Asked Aliyah about this, but I know you talked about how the point guard carousel with all the injuries has maybe impacted her more than anybody with the way you guys play. How do you kind of get a big and a point guard synergy going as fast as possible as a coach, or is that on them more than anything you can do?
I mean, I think that we help prioritize what we're looking for out of some of those actions, whether it be an on-ball screen. Now, look, people play somebody like Caitlin differently than they're going to play Odyssey or they're going to play Shea. They play Kelsey differently than they're going to play Odyssey or they're going to play Shea. So what are we looking for? How are we looking to get her the ball? And in off-ball actions as well. Like where are some high priorities that we can get it? It's instinctual. Not a lot of players have that instinct that it was like with C and AB. So really prioritizing getting some work together, getting some work in the two-man, understanding and certain other actions that we run or certain other play calls that we have, how and where we want to get AB the ball. And the other thing that's affected AB is now she's got to be like a secondary ball handler for us. And she does a really good job of getting us into next action as well.
To the extent it fits within the flow of what you're doing, do you almost want her to demand the ball a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. It takes some pressure off of our guards, number one. And number two, she's a really good decision maker. Most post players are not going to hound one another 94 feet, so we're going to be able to get the ball across half court in a timely manner to run our stuff. And she's a great decision maker and understands which actions to get us into.
In what ways have you seen AB become kind of a stabilizing force in this year?
Yeah, I mean, her leadership has been incredible. And throughout the course of everything that we've gone through this season, her communication, her ability to connect people, her understanding of what we want on both ends of the floor is really good. And she's one of those even-keeled personalities. She doesn't get too high. She doesn't get too low. She stays locked in. She's really poised, I think, for her age, poised for her experience, and she's been a great leader for us from a communication standpoint and leading by example on the floor.
I think we saw Sydney maybe in surgery yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk with her?
I texted with Sid last night. You guys have probably seen more than I have because I heard that she was on
Yes.
Instagram Live. I texted with her last night just to make sure everything went well and to see if she needed anything. And she seemed in good spirits. Might have been the meds, but it's also just Sid.
Yeah.
I think 2 days in a row we've seen the scoreboard close here. Have you guys been doing a lot of late game stuff in practice recently? So many close games of late.
Yeah, we've been doing. We always do situations, in practice, but specifically now, getting down to crunch time, understanding the situation that we're in, where every game could likely come down to last second action, offensively, defensively. So we've been doing some situations, and we've also just been keeping score in general. If we're just working offense, defense against the guys, like we want it to be competitive. We want to know where we're standing. We want to know how much urgency we have to have with everything that we do, and sometimes the score, when you see it, it shows it more than just feeling it. If we've had 2 or 3 empty possessions and they've scored, you see the 6-0 run as opposed to us just talking about it.
Yeah, obviously the news that Caitlin had that bone bruise in her left ankle, just how frustrating has it been for her this season, where she's been working back from something and then something else seemingly always pops up?
It's been really frustrating. I mean, Caitlin wants to play. She's a competitor. She just wants to be on the floor. She just wants to play basketball, and she's in the mindset that she's hungry, right? That she wants to be out there and she wants to be with her team, and she's working her butt off to get back into those situations. So I think each time you have a tweak or each time you have something else, it's frustrating. But it's kind of the nature of the business. When you are an athlete, you're going to have some of these injuries. This is really the first time in her career that she's had this string of bad luck, so to speak, if that's what you want to call it. So I think, number one, it's an opportunity to grow and to understand big picture. Again, I say I'm so thankful that, between myself and Karima and Bree, you have players who have been through these kinds of situations and great resources for her to utilize, because it's emotionally and mentally as draining as it is physically.
Hardest thing's the loneliness, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you're not contributing,
Yeah.
even though the best thing you can do is take care of yourself?
Absolutely, and any athlete who's injured will tell you that. And because we have, as coaches, been in that situation, really trying to connect and making sure that she's involved in as much as we can get involved in, because it's isolating. You're in rehab, you're in treatment, you're getting different workout times, you're not in film, which she might like, you're not in all the other things. So I think for us, it's keeping all of our injured players as connected as possible, making sure that we're reaching out to them, making sure that we're touching base with them. But yeah, it's a lonely, isolating feeling when you're going through injury.
Steph, I'll jump in with one more. When
Yep.
Kelsey gets going like
Yeah.
that on Sunday, it seems to be contagious, and we've seen it all season. What's it like when you're in it and AB says just get her the ball? Does that just feel
Yeah,
like that?
it does. And as a coach, it's also, hey, we know we got to find breaks for her. What does that look like? Because we're depending so much on her. Nearly every possession, she's getting a touch or an action that is focused on her. So how do we get a rest? Is that substituting differently? Is that utilizing our timeouts differently? Is that getting off of her side for an action and then getting to her on the backside? How can we continue to find ways to make it as easy for her as it can be, and I mean easy in the conditioning way, to get her the high quality shots that she needs. But when she gets going like she did in the second half against Connecticut, I think that's just an adrenaline rush, and you just find her and get her the ball.